Think of this one extreme vehicle as the Swiss Army knife of trucks. It's one of the most versatile vehicles in the world, combining the implement attachments of a tractor and the speed and comfort of a truck. It's the German-engineered Unimog.
Unimog is a contraction of the German Universal Motorgerät, which means universal motor tool. It's the name that's been in place since the vehicle was first put into production in the early 1950s.
The Unimog is a four-wheel drive vehicle with dozens of attachments, which simply bolt on. The same vehicle can be converted from a mower to a street sweeper, to a tree trimmer, to a snowblower in mere minutes. Although new to North America, the Unimogs have been gaining popularity in other countries for over 50 years, in both civilian and military applications.
The Unimog has a colorful history. The first sketches of the early Unimogs date back to December of 1945. And the gentleman credited with the concept and the idea of a highly mobile implement carrier is a gentleman named Albert Friedrich, who was an aerospace engineer for Daimler-Benz at the time. And he saw the need that to feed the population in post-war Europe, they needed equipment to plow the fields, harvest the crops, and take care of all the jobs and necessities in feeding the population.
But before the Unimog could be put into production, Friedrich had to convince the occupying forces the four-wheel drive truck wouldn't be used as a military vehicle. After much debate, he was granted a manufacturing permit in November 1945. In less than a year, engineers took the rough sketches of a fellow engineer and built the first Unimog chassis. Even the early models of this unique hybrid truck and tractor had implement attachment points, as well as power takeoffs to run equipment. German farmers loved the multifunctional vehicle.
They would do everything from plowing the fields to harvesting vegetables to running all the implements farmers run, and then on Sundays they could take the vehicle to church.
Even the wheel spacing was designed with farmers in mind. The width between wheels corresponded to the space between two rows of potatoes. But farmers weren't the only ones interested. The Unimog became popular for fighting fires, road maintenance, moving snow, moving lumber, or moving whatever. Large-scale production began in 1950 at the Daimler-Benz plant in Germany. Since then, the company sold 320,000 vehicles in 180 countries. Some of Daimler Chrysler's biggest clients are municipalities that have different seasonal needs. Instead of buying several special purpose machines, they can buy an all-in-one tool. Because the Unimog has been around so long, there's plenty of implements available. This front-mounted mowing platform senses obstacles and automatically mows around them. The articulated boom has a 23-foot reach. At the end of the day, the boom folds up neatly and is ready for highway travel. In the winter, simply snap on a snowplow attachment.
Here we have a U500 with a Schmidt snowblower. This particular implement is using two of the Unimog's output power options. First, we're driving the main rotor via shaft from the output PTO in the front of the engine. Secondly, we can control all the movements to the snowblower with an onboard hydraulic system. This controls the left, right, and up and down on the snowblower.
Like a tractor, the Unimog has a power takeoff, or PTO. Which transfers power from the engine to the implement via a spinning shaft. The Unimog can have up to 3 PTOs. Also like a tractor, the Unimog has a hydraulic system to operate backhoes, front-end loaders, man lifts, cranes, and other hydraulic equipment. Both hydraulic and PTO-driven implements are made for quick attach, detach. But unlike a tractor, the Unimog can zip to a site at 70 miles per hour, then go off-road if necessary.
One of the strengths of the Unimog is its ability to get into very difficult terrain. The Unimog has a minimum 18 inches of ground clearance, so you can go over obstacles. It's also equipped with full-time four-wheel drive, with both axle and interaxle differential locks, so you can get power to all 4 wheels. The vehicle's capable of climbing better than a 70% grade. It'll take a 38-degree side slope, which, if you think about 38 degrees, you're kind of in the vehicle at a pretty severe angle. The truck has a very low center of gravity. The engine is mounted low in the frame. Transmission is remote mounted, also very low.
Driving the Unimog is actually quite simple. It's much like any other vehicle. You have a 3-pedal system where you have a clutch, gas, and a brake. The range speed varies from 240 feet per hour to 70 miles an hour. It's all how you have it geared. You can have different gear options from the factory.
And in case you want to take your Unimog for a spin in England,
Varial pilot allows the driver to operate the vehicle from either the right side or the left-hand side of the vehicle. Simply remove the access panel. Push the release button and lift the latch, which brings the pedals up off the floor. Slide the steering wheel over and latch it back down. Replace the access panel and you're ready to go again.
with the ability to mow, lift, push, pull, cut, spray, sweep, grind, haul, and scoop. There's not many things the Unimog and its implements can't do. The only thing this Swiss Army knife of trucks is missing is a corkscrew. Okay, it's got everything.